Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my YouTube channel. My name is Shaban, presenting to you Dubai Life. Today's video is all about Eid Al Fitr 2020 in Dubai and UAE in general. I will share with you the start and end date of Eid Al Fitr 2020 public holidays in Dubai and UAE. In addition, I'll give you guidelines from the administration of United Arab Emirates on how prayers will be performed, celebrations, and any of the common customs and norms of United Arab Emirates, and how this time they will be different because of the pandemic, COVID-19 or coronavirus. So stay with me, watch to the end. Before I start today's video, I would like to request you to support my channel by subscribing and clicking the notification bell. That means whenever I upload a new video, you'll be the first to know. I have several videos already uploaded. You can watch the videos already uploaded on the channel. You can share them, you can like them, you can comment on them. All videos address relevant content related to life in Dubai and UAE in general. Let's talk about Eid Al Fitr 2020 confirmed dates. Eid in simple terms refers to the Islamic festival of breaking Ramadan fast. The United Arab Emirates Moon Sighting Committee and the Islamic Affairs Ministry have confirmed that the first day of Eid Al Fitr 2020 will be Sunday, 24th May 2020. This is after the crescent wasn't sighted on Friday, 22nd, today evening. Sunday, the 24th of May 2020 will mark the first day of Eid Al Fitr and the end of 30 days of Ramadan fasting. And this will go up to Wednesday. This is going to give us a long holiday and public holidays altogether from Friday, today, until Wednesday. Most offices will only open after the 27th. That will be a Thursday. That is 6 days long weekend and holidays for both the public and the private sector. Holidays used to be different for the public and the private sector workers. However, this was unified last year, 2019. So now we all have the same number of holidays for public and private sector workers. This year's celebrations will be so quiet, with mosques still closed and gatherings remain limited to groups of not more than 5 family members. The elderly and young should not be moving around because these are more vulnerable to the deadly COVID-19 or coronavirus. As with the holy month of Ramadan, all the usual traditions of Eid Al Fitr will be affected by coronavirus and COVID-19 outbreak. Even though restrictions on travel and trade have been relaxed in order to sustain the economy, festivities are said to be more restrained, with local authorities calling on families not to gather and risk spreading the deadly virus. It is very important to show joy and pleasure in Eid and dealing with the current situation positively. Let's talk about Zakatul Fitr. The General Authority of Islamic Affairs and Endowment announced that 20 dirhams per person will be the amount of Zakatul Fitr for this Ramadan 2020. It was the same amount last year. However, one can give even more than 20 dirhams. Every Muslim man and woman who owns more than what he or she needs is obliged to give Zakat al-Fitr before Eid al-Fitr prayers. Zakat al-Fitr is not meant only to help those in need, but also to cleanse any flaws in our faith. Zakat al-Fitr in United Arab Emirates can be given to official organizations like UAE Red Crescent or Zakat Fund, which support the less fortunate. In case you haven't paid your Zakat al-Fitr by now, you still have a few hours until prayers on Sunday morning, which will be about 5:40 or 5:50, depending on the emirate in which you are, in Dubai or United Arab Emirates. We talk about shopping. Shopping for Eid is known to have a lot of promotions, a lot of offers. But this time may be a little bit different because the purchasing power is not as good as it was the years before. Muslims around the world shop for food, clothes in preparation for Eid celebrations. Some people may not have the same purchasing power. However, shopping is still happening in these tough and difficult situations due to the pandemic. Authorities in the United Arab Emirates permitted corporate societies, groceries, stores, and supermarkets to stay open throughout COVID-19 outbreak lockdowns. Recently, discount stores have also been allowed to operate. However, social distancing measures are being enforced to ensure that premises do not exceed 30% of the maximum capacity at any given moment, and the 2 meters of physical distances is also ensured between customers. Masks, gloves, and sanitization is a must. Food, fish, meat, fruits, and vegetable markets dealing with wholesale have also been allowed to operate between limited hours, that is between 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Residents are turning up in big numbers everywhere around Dubai to do their last-minute shopping for Eid Al Fitr. Malls are open but are also restricted, and the shoppers can only spend no more than 2 hours in a mall in order to regulate the numbers in the mall at the same time. Online shopping and home delivery is playing a big role in eliminating physical contact and supporting the social distancing as a way of stopping the spread of COVID-19. Let's talk about firing of cannons in the Arab Emirates. You know, it's a tradition dating so many years ago. The cannons are fired to mark the beginning of Ramadan, to mark the time for breaking fast, and also to celebrate the beginning of Eid Al Fitr. The Dubai police has already made preparations for Eid Al Fitr 2020 celebrations, and cannons will be fired to announce the beginning of Eid Al Fitr. The cannons have been placed at different locations. To mention a few, it will be at Zabil Mosque, Atlantis the Palm, Eid Prayer Ground in Nad Al Shiba, Al Karama, Al Basha, and Nad Al Hama. Eid Al Fitr cannon firing is part of the UAE local tradition, as people in the old times used to follow the cannons to know the timing of Eid Al Fitr, the time of Iftar during Ramadan, or the beginning of Ramadan. This time the public will not be allowed at any of the premises due to COVID-19 precautionary measures, so that we can instead watch the cannons firing on television at our homes. Then let's talk about Eid prayers. It's going to be different this time. We are praying from home. We are praying from home. Do not wake up in the morning and get into your car to look for a mosque that is open. Mosques will not be open for Eid Al Fitr prayers 2020. Normally, Eid Al Fitr prayers are performed at mosques and prayer grounds, also known as musallas. However, this year, according to the official Fatwa Center, due to the current exceptional circumstances created by COVID-19, Eid Al Fitr prayers will be performed at home, either individually or in a congregation of family members only, led by someone who is more knowledgeable religiously and without khutbah or someone. Taking all precautionary measures to protect yourself and your family is a religious and national commitment. The official Fatwa Center said that Eid Al Fitr prayer is Sunnat Muakkada, highly recommended for able-bodied men, while optional but recommended for women, underage children, and travelers. Let's talk about the takbir, the Eid Al Fitr takbir. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahi alhamdu. Muhammad Ali bin Zayed Al Falasi, Executive Director of the Mosque Affairs Sector, said that Eid Takbir will be broadcasted after Fajr prayers for an hour before sunset on the first day of Eid Al Fitr, that is on Sunday morning. All mosques will be broadcasting the takbir. The decision to broadcast Eid Takbir comes in response to the Dubai community's wishes. Broadcasting the takbir will lift the community spirits amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. Precautionary measures have been imposed to limit the spread of COVID-19 virus and safeguard the public health and safety. Can you believe that UAE mosques are to remain closed for Eid Al Fitr 2020? Can you believe that? UAE authorities announced that mosques and places of worship will remain closed during Eid Al Fitr 2020 to allow continuation of national sanitization program during Eid holidays. The decision to adjust the timings of the national sanitization program from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. during the Eid Al Fitr period instead of the total lockdown of 24 hours was made after considering all the information available. The government calls upon the public to abide by the restrictions during Eid Al Fitr and avoid gathering or any other violations that may pose a danger to the community. What about the gifting that happens during Ramadan and during Eid Al Fitr? This time it's going to be different. I'll tell you how. Giving away cash or any physical gifts to the needy or family members should be avoided this time, Eid Al Fitr 2020, or take necessary precautions. This is to keep in line with some studies which claim that transmission of COVID-19 or coronavirus is possible through circulation of banknotes and some physical items. Other available options of gifting money could include electronic transfers, or for any physical gifts, they should be sanitized by the sender and also sanitized by the receiver before they make any use of the gift. What about the celebrations for Eid Al Fitr 2020? In the past, we know people go to malls, they go to parks, they go to leisure parks, but this time it's different. Most of the parks are still closed, most of the malls are open, but there's a restriction of only 2 hours. And in the vehicles, you cannot also go with more than 3 people. So this means it's still best for us to stay at home. If you are watching up to this point, thank you so much. Please, if you haven't subscribed, click the subscription button, click on the notification bell, like the video, share the video. That's the way you can support me to keep giving you new content. If you click on the bell notification, that means you'll be the first to know whenever I upload a new video. I'll be uploading more new videos about Dubai life. Whenever I have a new subject, I'll bring it out after doing my research. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.